I'm Hunter Laughlin.
I'm Annie Sims. This is FCSO 34 News.
Behind the scenes. Every week, we transform the admin conference room into our news set. We do this by moving all the chairs, setting up 4 lights, 1 camera, 2 microphones, and a laptop. You may be curious as to what the podcast room actually looks like. Before this was ever a podcast room, this was an IT closet. For the podcast, we also use 4 lights, 3 cameras, 2 microphones, and a laptop. We also handmade the podcast table.
There are 4 people on the media team: LaShonda, Christina, Hunter, and I. This is the media office where Hunter and I edit and arrange all of the Sheriff's Office content. As well as that, you can see behind me, this is all of our weekly news show information and planning, and this is where we do all of the planning with Christina as well as LaShonda to see what we're going to do from a week-to-week basis for each news show, and this is where all of the magic happens.
So the news show and podcast are just a little bit of what we do here. From retirements to trainings to documentaries to pictures, community events, anything you can imagine that comes out of the Sheriff's Office, we film, take pictures, and put it out for the public to see.
We asked Christina to talk about her main role at the Sheriff's Office and what she loves about it.
I've been with the Sheriff's Office for 5.5 years. I've spent 2.5 of those years as the Public Affairs Officer, more commonly known as the Public Information Officer, or the PIO. That means that I am the link between the agency and the media. In this particular instance, I do work with all of the formal media, so the normal news channels and, of course, print publications, but I also handle all of our social media. Every time that you interact with a post, whether it's liking it, reacting to it, commenting on it, all of that helps that post become more visible to other community members. So I do my best to acknowledge everybody who leaves us kind comments. I try to reply to every message that comes into the agency within a timely manner. I handle a lot of requests for interviews from the formal media, setting up individuals to go on camera. I answer a lot of questions for reporters. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes education that has to happen. I absolutely love being the PIO because I never really wanted to be on camera, was never very interested in putting my face out there, but I absolutely love being able to tell the story of our deputies and our detention officers and our telecommunicators. You know, they work 24/7, 365 to serve our community. They're there to respond when people are in need. They go into situations and they handle situations daily that most people don't like to think about ever occurring.
LaShonda, the PR manager, walks us through her job at the Sheriff's Office.
I'm LaShonda Milner, and I'm the PR manager here at the Sheriff's Office. And of course, as a manager, you supervise, you do your fiscal budgeting. I also get involved with hiring so we can always enhance our abilities, full abilities here in this division to provide and be more sufficient in the information that we provide internally and externally. My responsibility is not only to promote communications within, but also externally to the community. And so that's the best part of my job, is to make sure that we are providing accurate information to our community, keeping them abreast of what we are doing. We work very closely with the Community Outreach Division, which they are definitely involved on a weekly basis in the community, but it's some things that you all don't see. So we make sure here in the PR division that you are receiving all of the great things that we're doing.
Shonda and Christina walk us through what it's like to be a news anchor at a law enforcement agency.
So my role on the FCO 34 News, the Weekend Review, is to co-host the show along with my right hand, Christina Howell, and we actually provide different information segments from need to know to Office of the People, things that we're doing internally, and also community involvement.
So the new show is a fairly new addition to my list of responsibilities on top of working with the formal media and handling our social media. My main role with the weekly news show is to, of course, work with LaShonda on outlining what it is each show is going to entail, but then also working on the scripts. One of the things that I always try to do is think about what it is that our community needs to know, what it is that they would benefit from having more information about. And so it's not just about saying this is what we've done this past week, but also trying to explain something that once you're within the law enforcement world, it's just kind of common knowledge. But if you're part of the general public, it's something that isn't necessarily information that you would normally be privy to.
Hello, I just want to take a minute and wish you and your family happy holidays. I know we're coming into the holiday season, the time when we talk about our thankfulness and our gratefulness. And I want you to know how thankful and how grateful I am to be a part of this community. I want you to know how grateful we are here at the Office of the People, the Sheriff's Office, to serve this community. I want you to know that it's been a long year, a very tedious year. I know there have been times when we have disagreed, times when we have walked together and sometimes cried together. But more importantly, we are still together. We are still one community. And I want you to know that I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for what you have shown this community, the kindness you have shown the Office of the Sheriff. And I want you to know that at the end of the day, we're grateful to be servants for you. I want you to know that we love serving and we're looking forward to the upcoming year. So during the holiday seasons, share your time, spend your time with your loved ones. Tell someone that you love them because we love you. I wanted you to know that. Have a happy holiday season. Thank you from the Office of the People.